Еще плюс добавлю себе сейчас, типа, оце вход, что сделать надо, ежедневную отметку. Сейчас. Так, ну и... О, так, ага, вона там сидить. Ага, ми так не можемо зайти. Ага.
Oh, who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand your admiration for my... All right. I intend to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Just be off. Oh, do not jest. Can you not feel it? I am Fosalor. The eyes of countless Fontanians are upon me.
Угу. Так. Угу.
Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough. Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards! Let's light it up!
Так. Угу. Угу. В смысле? Так, стоп, я отвлеклась на несколько секунд. Что делать надобно? Ага, не бежать, а идти. Я ж правильно поняла.
Farina. Huh? Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad. Let's go with that.
Mirror me. What do you wish to say?
The prophecy.
Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? Wait. I know.
Так.
I think the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon.
Oh, very good. You know it well.
What's going on? I can't seem to remember anything clearly. The only thing
Yes, it will. And that is why I've come to you. Disaster will come to Fontaine sooner or later. Things will develop just as the prophecy declared. There is no escaping it.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die? I'm a Fontainian just like them. Will I dissolve too?
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings, I will tell you how to save everyone.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. Goodness, you frightened me. You spoke so much and with so much certainty. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that but if the prophecy will come true, I'll also die anyway, right? If there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side, and my pain on the...
I suppose this would also be the justice that belongs to you.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost...
Play as a god?
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade. You must never let anyone suspect your identity. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy.
But how will I do this? A human assuming the role...
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into being a human yourself. I'm sure you already know what such... Remember, your true challenge will not...
I'm still not sure. So, how long am I going to have to play this role?
To accomplish this mission, you will have to stay on the stage for many, many years. You will endure and not grow old until your task ends. But I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial, and everyone will be saved.
A trial, huh? How exciting. I'll be looking...
Такс.
The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession, but this is my first time facing the people. What should I say to most appear like a god? To be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, in truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will be my honor as the god Focalor, the god of justice. I shall do all with... Once again, thank you all for coming. If you should have any questions or suggestions, I thought I might stammer, but thankfully, I was able to convey my...
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more...
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the...
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so
modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake? Right. Mirmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as you calm down, Farina. Think. What? Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage. Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. I thought it was a debut that suited the atmosphere. Now then,
so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Her personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before. Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful. Our future may yet be bright after all.
it seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my accession speech. My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, no, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. The scales of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its god. On one side, it must carry fairness. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us... No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play
я
the role that they
поняла.
want me. There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve. All that is needed is for... So long as I, the Archon Focalor, stand within the Opera Epiclese, so long as
Так, ага.
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
Come now. Was I not just at the... Besides, I'm looking forward...
If I may be so impertinent...
A magnificent, dramatic, and wondrous trial. A trial...
That's true, I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought.
No need for fright. And do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now. Do your duties. The trial...
Так.
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say. Thank you for...
No need to thank me. Or rather, thank your own sense of perseverance instead. Long have you stood in line to meet me, have you not? Oh, I'm afraid that's just an... All right. Deuteria, is it? How...
He is doing much better now. In fact, he is far more of an ardent believer than I. He was the one who forced me to seek an audience with you.
Oh, good. Very good. If this should happen again in the future, please do not hesitate.
You're such a gentle and wise god.
Так, далі йде. Тут 4 акта, і ще плюс кровать якась. А ну-ка.
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports.
As for the specific parameters you asked to take note of, I'm afraid things still don't look good.
I see. It's as I thought then.
As your god, I did already expect this, but I wanted to see how far your human...
All manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass.
Well, as I understand it, the Fontaine Research Institute is also trying to...
Really? Have they found...
I'm afraid that...
Oh, is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue
И теперь за кровать, а ну-ка.
The day is finally over. But it's good to see that everything's getting on track. Maybe this is fine. All right.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for the latest cases, as well as a summary of the follow-up.
There'll be no need for that.
Lady Farina, I've...
Indeed, my dear loyal citizen. This joy...
Lady Farina, we're detecting significant hydrological...
Understood. Keep monitoring. Keep me informed. I don't think I let any... I just... don't know when... I feel utterly exhausted.
Lady Farina, it's like I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame Deoteria, almost 20...
And what a fine family yours is indeed. It brings... What is it, good citizen?
Are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god.
No wonder. No wonder. A manifestation of your...
So interminable. Hundreds of years must have passed by now. Perhaps the show must go on. I never imagined that it would hurt so. Have I reached my limit? I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. I've conducted so much. All I can do is keep heart. I must maintain this act.
Так, а ну-ка.
Farina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone. Although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone, your people are more than willing to share your burden with you.
Share my burden.
That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would...
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me.
A witness. Yes, I've heard... And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on... She's right. I could confide in her. But if things don't play out as expected... No, Farina. But what if... Farina, you've worked so hard for so... Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? If you let this opportunity slip through your... Think about it. Long and hard.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have nothing to say. I am Farina. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my...
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly she did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5... It seems that trusting humanity was the right decision.
I believe that I understand how your deception works. But that is... How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine?
Ah, good, good. Of course, the Udex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core. It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine all along.
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem. Alas, your understanding of this device... In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill. Oh, you have it. And to be more precise... Not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the... I mean, did you think I would be the sort... My work over these last 500 years has been to constant... But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the vast majority had to be accumulated. To enact.
It was all part of your plan, then?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainea had it only...
That divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your...
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon.
But...
Oh, what? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, oh
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased. Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principle. Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principle stole the power. I, for my part, am the god of justice. Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine, then... Leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right... In other words, existence was Egeria's justice, and to me, Justice is the continuation of that existence, defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people at this point, we, whether it Iudex Neuvillette, the highest judge in our land, when you
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, at last, I now understand. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mute. You are a devious one, Fussalor. Things being as they are. Surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
Так, дайте угадаю. Убил, торцы стали новым хидроархонтом. Зашибись. Этого не было сказано как в трейлере, так
I know
что...
I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Опа. Но нам, конечно, этого ніхто не показав. Бо це б тоді було би тут або цензура, або типа цей рейтинг типа більше тоді був би. А учитывая, что в эту игру играть еще и дети, как бы, то, конечно, никто не покажет вот так вот. Типа, як воно саме упало. По це тоді був би рейтинг даже не R, а НК-21 даже, я би так оце сказала. О, стопе. А, так вона жива осталась? Як? Кажеться, да. А він став новим архонтом?
I, Iudex Neuvillette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
В смысле? Так, стоп, в смысле? А як він може простить, если, как бы, як сказать, это... Щось вообще я не понимаю. Ну там, да, там была земля Селестии, так что, возможно, нам, по идее, должны были відкрити її. Но как нам и сказали, что туди попасть треба по одному... ну, типа, цикулы, типа, собрать. А я не знаю, где цикулы, типа, дополнительные. Очень весь прикол.
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that some...
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved...
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that...
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice, the root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name, come with me, traveler. The hour of execution.
И мы как раз спасем Тарталью, походу. Это хорошо. Конечно, если сейчас на этом не закончится це все. Потому что, по сути, ну, типа, тут бой с боссом. Получается так. И все. Это те самое, что было в Блиюе, ото. О, освин. А где сам Тарталья? У меня такие вопросы. Ага. Я не могу...
But how are we going to do that? It's huge!
I've already done my best to separate the power of my request. Considering the size of these, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. We shall share.
Okay. Ага. Так, и что нам делать? О. Так, блин.
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility.
Так, я встыгла уйти. Нам треба его, короче, атаковать несколько раз вот так аж. В смысле? Это не есть или что? Я не могу понять.
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its root from within.
Сейчас, one second. Мне надо что-то такое съесть, чтобы что? А я даже и не помню. Плюс нам то, что я и казала. Хоп. И хоп. О, досталось. Ну-ка. О, мы его победили или як? Я сейчас понять не могу. Да, мы его победили, значит, каким-то образом. Но убить его мы не можем, только максимум цивильный так сделает. О, Селестию? Или же... Не совсем, в смысле... В смысле, это кто?
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but it was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the... Actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose.
That power.
Hyman has an idea. From what she said earlier, it's just that he has the impression that she was, less...
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But so you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an... That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it failed.
Miss Skirk?
The point be...
Well, being that this pet... So what sort of person is your master? Well, child's master's master.
Oh, right. So you don't know him. His name is Sir Dolar.
I am unfamiliar.
Huh. So Master is insufficiently famous. How...
The foul?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary?
Ooh, that one we've heard. Rhine-Doctor's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhine-Daughter.
Wait, didn't you also mention a vision?
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the fontaine back on the surface has most likely... In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should never...
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has...
Mm-hmm.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne.
В смысле? В смысле? Нифига себе.
Will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away?
Так, стоп. Так, я вообще ничего не понимаю. Подождите. А где вы нас сидите? Ну, вони були в театрі. Опа, жили. От хто-то з них тут вижив. Ага. Ага. Так. Ага, вот оно як. Спасение есть все-таки. Ось корабли, на яких вони спаслись. Но это ж не все люди, вот через прикол. Опа. В смысле водоухода? В смысле? А, это кабан какой-то.
All hands, initiate emergency rescue.
Гризли. Ну, більше там показували ці кораблики. Я думав, що він буде поменше, а тут бамс, нічого собі такі кораблі отличненькі. Ну, Фонтейн вот так вот и спасся, так сказать. То все же думали, что все погибнут, а тут нифига такого. Так, Коци плавает, пытается спасать всех, кого может, я так поняла. Я ж правильно поняла, Фонтейн уже все затопленный. Мы в нем особо не походим, только поплаваем это максимум.
Look, the water's receding.
О, вот у него падает, в смысле? А, ну да, снижается.
It's a miracle!
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
А, вот оно что. Тобто случився наплив, а він сразу і упав.
The prophecy was wrong.
Ну и вот сюжетка на этом пока и заканчивается, я так поняла. Таки вот проблема это child. Тобто його просто викинули знову туди же. Такс.
The soil renewed. The Spiriti Rasula attacks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia stated. Hope is like seeing a small cookie when you're starving late at night. Skyship Winglet, lunar brain of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute, with Juria turning out to be a once-overlooked hidden gem. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter person achieve a miracle, they would... Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really true?
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. With the disaster just having passed, we would print a free edition packed. The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those people. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruct.
Paimon's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we watch everything?
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best incubators of news, if you haven't noticed. And also, with you around, I'm sure I'll get to see that Duke.
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down?
Oh, this time will be different. Come on, let's head to Poisson first. And...
А, еще не все. Фу, божечки, как же это все сложно было. Да, это эпилог уже чисто. Так, ну-ка. Так, почта. Достижения. Возможно, я Ефурину и выбью. Я сейчас хочу попробовать ее для начала, чтобы подивиться, мало ли. Испытание чувств, испытание ударов. 10 дней я встигну. Тестовый забег. Давайте проверим. Ні, якщо вона класна буде, типа як то, я, возможно, її і попытаюсь выбить. Ну, просто на ней тратить вот так вот. Я посмотрю, потому что на Райден, я не знаю, я ее хотела, як электроперсонажа нормального, но, блин, из-за той птицы я вряд ли просто буду справляться, это очень вряд ли. Смотрим, что она может. Ага. Так, кто еще? Так, ну все, мы победили. Не, ну просто немножко ее атаки я таки не поняла. Вот чем есть прикол. Ну, у ней какие-то дивные, типа, навыки, ну, типа, опускать каких-то там осьминожков, типа, как с водой. Ну, не знаю, короче, я посмотрю. Я думаю, что до наступных обновлений будет куча всякого. Там, где мы можем получить и камни истока, в принципе, на халяву. Ну, приблизительно як тут. Вот это вот. Типа 40, 20 и все прочего. Ну, типа, как-то так. И тут еще плюс 20 получаем. Ну что ж. Може ми і Шарлоту виб'ємо, тільки я не знаю. Что... Ага. Ну давайте. Фиолетовая не будет Флорины, ладно. Шарлота. Вона крия у нас, я поняла. Тільки захотіла оцю Шарлоту і тут на тобі. І тут вона. Ай-ай-ай. Так, а что ей требуется для... А, ей тоже надо эти штуки всякие. Так. Ну, на всякий случай. Может, я ее сделаю крио. Ну, тобто, я посмотрю, что и як можно будет сделать. Может быть, потому... Нет, у меня рисли уже почти что сделаны, и поэтому, возможно, я даже не знаю, кого первым качать. Скорее всего, первым я сделаю Рисли. Повижу, у нас каталисты. Стоп. А кто Шарлота тоді у нас на минуточку? Ладно, буде проще так уже. Где вона тут за... Так, у ней 20-й левел, да. Я просто не подивилась. Катализатор, вона тоже... Зашибись. У нас Рисли и вот это катализаторы. А вот теперь задумайтесь, блин, кого мне не качать первым. Ну просто там я уже в Рисли сделала то, что надо. В нёху уже там уровень какой. 60-й уже, вот что есть прикол. Типа... Артефакты, конечно, я не все собрала ему. Это что у нас? Церемония древней знати. Церемония. А, бонус Гео. А что по поводу возвышения? А, жучков треба оцих знайти.